guys, it's Boxing Lowdown and I'm back here with another video. Now, let's talk about this Mythical Mondays. It's been doing very well so far. Thank you to everybody that's dropped comments, that's left a bit of feedback, that's, given me their predictions on how the fights will go. Really appreciate it and thank you all, and let's hope that you can continue to do so. Now, this particular Mythical Monday video will be an interesting one. It's in the light welterweight division, and one of the fighters in the light welterweight division who is fighting today is no longer representing that division. He's moved up to 147 pounds, but he was an undisputed light welterweight champion. And of course, I'm talking about Terence Crawford. He defeated the likes of Victor Postol and Julius Ndongo. And, at 140 pounds, whatever weight Terence Crawford has been at so far in his career, he's fought at lightweight, fought at light welter, and now he's, making moves at welterweight. But at light welterweight, Terence Crawford, he really cemented his legacy there. No one could take that away from him. He was the undisputed champion. He had all four of the belts, something that's very difficult to do in today's day and age, considering the politics in boxing. Terence Crawford set out a marker to do that, and he's done it. No one could take that away from him. So let's talk about him going up against one of the former kings of 140 pounds, KOSTYA TZSYU. Tremendous Aussie-Russian fighter. This guy was born in Russia, but moved over to Australia. And, a fantastic technical fighter. The guy had one of the most accurate and deadly right hands there were. And, he had a great jab. And KOSTYA TZSYU in his prime was a terrific fighter to watch. For those that haven't seen much of him, for those that may have just seen him against Ricky Hatton and, thought that was what KOSTYA TZSYU was about, go back and have a look at his fights against Zab Judah or Sean Mitchell. This guy was brilliant. KOSTYA TZSYU was a world-class fighter and somebody that had a deadly right hand, was tremendously accurate, and was on the pound-for-pound list as well. So I think that this would have been a very interesting matchup between these two guys. Now, KOSTYA TZSYU, like I said, he was a very accurate fighter. Timing is the thing that beats speed. He went up against some speedy guys in his time, most notably the fight against Zab Judah, and that posed him some problems there in the first round. But the good thing about KOSTYA TZSYU, what's so good about him is his timing. He's just got such an accurate right hand. And we saw, it only took him one round to figure out Zab Judah, who at the time was considered to be, the next big thing in boxing. He was being lined up. When he fought KOSTYA TZSYU back in 2001, he was being lined up to be one of the guys to take over the sport. It was Zab Judah. Everybody was talking about him. He had the backing of Mike Tyson. He had the backing of, all the big American guys out there. The hip-hop community was really behind Zab, and loads of people were. And going into that fight with Zab, it was for the undisputed light welterweight titles. Now, there was only 3 at the time. The WBO didn't count. But, it was still for undisputed, so we can't take that away. And in the first round, it was all Zab Judah. Then KOSTYA TZSYU, found his range. And then in the second round, he knocks Zab Judah out, with one right hand. That's what he could do. Sean Mitchell the same. He dominated him with his jab. And, Sean Mitchell did give him some problems. But KOSTYA TZSYU, again, he was just very good at figuring fighters out. Terence Crawford is a speedy fighter, but he has much more to his game than just speed. So would KOSTYA TZSYU have been able to time him? He had very much, like I said, the power in his right hand was nothing that you could really take away from him. It was a serious right-handed power. And I would have loved to have seen it. I think it would have been a great clash of styles. With Terence Crawford, we know what he can do. He's a switch hitter. He likes to box from orthodox to southpaw. He does have power in his hands himself, but he don't have the same sort of power that KOSTYA TZSYU had. And, I think it would have been a very interesting fight, a dangerous one for Terence Crawford, who's shown that he can get hit at times. Despite how good he is, he's shown that he can dominate these fighters, but he can get dragged into a fight. And if he got dragged into a fight with KOSTYA TZSYU and KOSTYA TZSYU landed the right hand, how would Terence Crawford react? So, I think it would have been an interesting fight. I'm going to leave the floor open to you guys to debate it. But, yeah, I think it would have been a great clash of styles between these two. KOSTYA TZSYU, like I said, in his prime was a terrific fighter. And, he only lost once to Vince Phillips before he lost to Ricky Hatton. But that was really coming towards the tail end of his career, let's be honest. As for Terence Crawford, there's been no sort of blemishes so far. It's been a perfect career for him. Would he have had to style to frustrate KOSTYA TZSYU? Because he has shown that he can be frustrated by, somebody that can box on the outside. And Terence Crawford can do that. He can box on the outside, he can switch hit. He definitely had the ability to frustrate TZSYU. And he, maybe he had the power to stop TZSYU in his tracks as well. So would have been a great fight, man. Let me know your thoughts on it anyway. Drop them in the comment section below. And don't forget, if you guys have any Mythical Monday matchups that you'd like me to cover, any fights that you're interested in, any sort of fantasy matchups, then just let me know and I'll do a video on them. So thank you guys for listening. Drop your thoughts in the comment section below, how you see this fight going between these two. I'll catch you guys on the next one.